Canada is our neighbor. Our neighbor. Neighbor. Now, you don't have to be best friends with your neighbor, but you don't want a nasty ass neighbor. You want a neighbor that looks out for you. You don't want a bad neighbor. Donald Trump is making us that bad neighbor. And it's easy to look past this or treat Canada as a monolith because you don't know anything about them. So it's first important that you know that they are not just one big blob of a country. Canada has 10 provinces, which would be equivalent to what we call states. 3 territories: Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, Guam. We have those too. We trade and share things with Canada regularly. Things that have been negotiated for decades, things that you may not even realize, like power. It's not just about things that come in and out, but let's think about that. We definitely import more than we export. Y'all don't want to work in no damn factory. You don't want to work on farms. So what do you think that we are exporting? If you ask the prime minister in Canada or the president of Mexico, they'll tell you guns. That's not why I'm here. Yesterday, Donald Trump announced that he would impose 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico, citing drugs coming over the border, which is blatantly false. And if you believe that or you're echoing that talking point from right-wing news sources, you should stop. The total amount of fentanyl that came over the border from Canada last year was about 40 pounds. Sure, any is too much, but 40 pounds? It's important that you understand that tariffs imposed on Canada become taxes that you pay. Financial experts are saying that a pickup truck is going to cost $10,000 more than it costs right now in just months. SUVs, $14,000 more. Even American-made cars get parts from Canada and Mexico. So those imports and a tax on all of that. Canadians aren't bitches, and Canada clapped back. The Prime Minister issued a statement, and we're going to look at that, but I want you to hear from the Prime of Ontario, because he is the clapback you should be paying attention to. Trump is an idiot. The reason he wants to see the Canadian economy collapse is because he wants Canada to become the 51st state. All of Canada, 10 states essentially. Come on now. To really grasp and understand this, you need to turn off your American brain. Canadians are far more liberal generally, and their reddest, which they don't really have that, state would be blue, right? It would be blue here because they believe in liberalism and rights for individuals, and they are progressive in their mindset and ideals. So this is not one state. It can't be one state. They're not interested in being one state. But honestly, Trudeau is a little spicy with a clapback, but it's not good enough. It was not good enough for me, which is the reason that we needed to talk about states. Right here on Ontario. Okay, you see it, I'm out of the way. Let's talk about the Prime of Ontario. Okay, so now it's fair to reset. What do you mean? Cut off their energy. The United States is in no way self-sufficient. So Ontario provides energy, electricity, power to Michigan, Minnesota, New York. War. This is what's happening, a trade war. So your mind needs to go to war. And Doug Ford, who is the Prime Minister of Ontario, ain't having it. And he talks much more forceful than Justin Trudeau. When have you ever heard Canada, anything coming out of Canada, saying that United States citizens need to feel pain? And he doesn't feel this way because of Joe Biden or the left or whatever the isms or whatever comes out of the trash can on the right. This is not what this is. This is in retaliation to bully tactics. Moments after saying, I've been a little obsessed with Doug Ford because of the way that he's fine with speaking his truth. I absolutely love that. Enter Jagmeet Singh. Now enter onto the scene Jagmeet Singh. And Jagmeet is entering my scene. He's been there talking his shit and doing his thing. But we need to take some cues from our neighbors. Now, I'm not going to play the entire thing, but I want you to pay attention to what's happening. CNN anchor Brianna Keilar questions Jagmeet, and in my opinion, he's giving her some talking points she needs to be using on our own administration. Bully. The man is a bully.